Boy, do I have a story for you here today, and you know it must be something pretty crazy if I'm reporting on it and it's not related to anime, because I do. I might have something exclusive here. I don't know if anyone got to this tweet before I did, because it's too late now. In a now deleted tweet by CBR, they decided to blast Captain America on Memorial Day of all days. Probably a bad idea to go after Captain America on any day of the year, especially a bad idea doing that on Memorial Day. As far as I've seen so far, the article is still up. They have deleted this tweet. You might be wondering why, if it's deleted, why is it here on screen? Well, that's the exclusive part. I have the page, and it still works. If I were to refresh it right now, it would not work. Let me show you. This is what happens if you try to visit that URL right now. It says, sorry, that page doesn't exist. I even archived it. You can see at the top of the screen, that's the same status that's on the original tweet. So it's further evidence, that's all this is, that it is indeed a deleted tweet. Before we even take a look at the article, since we still have this page up, we still got it, let's take a look at some of the responses. Generally, I would like to do this after we take a look at the context. What's really funny here is I already took a look at their article, and part of their argument is if you remove the context. So that's a little ironic. Let's take a look at some of these comments. So you decided to write a Captain America hit piece on Memorial Day. By the way, I don't do this often. If I may humbly ask that you like this video and consider sharing it. This video is obviously different than most of the news I report on my channel, so it's going to struggle a little bit. But I think this is so hilarious that CBR is getting called out for this that I would love to see this video at least do decently. So, oh my gosh, so funny. You decided to write a Captain America hit piece on Memorial Day. 568 likes. What was CBR thinking? You know, it's at the point where I think CBR, let's go off on a side note really quick. CBR has been pushing out so much hot garbage. I am convinced at this point that they are just putting out rage bait because they know it'll get clicks, and they're desperate for clicks because they are desperate to stay afloat. Like many media companies nowadays, they probably are taking a loss in traffic and a much greater loss even in ad rates, in revenue. So they're desperate for clicks, man. They're going to write stuff that, even if it's a bad take, people are going to share. The only reason that might not be the case is because, well, they ended up deleting this tweet. Maybe they had the very stupid idea to write some rage bait on Memorial Day of all days, knowing it'll get clicks. And then maybe it clicked in their mind that, well, that's probably a really bad idea. I don't know. This is just an idea. Who knows, man? The people behind CBR, who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if they write articles like this seriously, like not unironically for rage bait clicks. At the same time, let me put it like this. I wouldn't be surprised if they write crap like this because that's seriously how they think. At the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they write crap like this simply to get clicks because they seem like they're scummy enough to do that sort of thing too. We'll take a look at some more comments, and then we'll take a look at the terrible article as well. In my opinion, terrible. Really, this is what you post on Memorial Day? Well said. This is bait again. Maybe, maybe not. Come on, gang, we ain't clicking that nonsense. Let's go check the comment section for clues. Yes, in other words, always use the archive link. If you want to read an article, but you don't like the company or the website behind that article, look for an archive version of it. That's the way to do it. CBR is the pinnacle of bad journalism. They likely support Hydra. They likely support Red Skull. You can't use your own headline generator. Oh my gosh. That tweet sucks. These takes are just the worst. I remember when CBR was worth reading. Nope. I hate takes like this. Just a bunch of women cringing. Actually, there's some guys in the back too. My eyes instantly went for the woman. Can't imagine why. I am not a misogynist, really. Posting this on Memorial Day was a choice. And the GIF clearly says, it's an expression of, I can't believe you made that choice. What did you say? This scene alone proves you're wrong. Good day, sir. And it's a gif of Cap holding Mjolnir. They are even getting called out by blue check marks. This guy says, nipped this one in the bud. Blocked CBR in classic blue check mark fashion using that block button. Yes, I will take the opportunity to make fun of the blue check mark who is also making fun of CBR. Why not? And the moment you have all been waiting for. CBR's report titled, Steve Rogers wasn't a hero for becoming Captain America. He was selfish. Oh, terrible, terrible guy. How dare he want to serve his country? What a selfish, terrible guy. Let's see how CBR justifies this one. The caption, while he's Marvel's golden boy, Steve Rogers deciding to be Captain America was based on his own selfish desires. What were your desires writing this article on Memorial Day? Just curious. CBR says Captain America is one of the most important characters in Marvel history, and without him, many of the great stories of the Marvel Universe would not happen, or wouldn't be the same. He is central to the entire framework of Marvel storytelling, and Captain America is emblematic of justice, honesty, and perseverance, making him the ultimate culmination of the American ideal. However, the decision for Steve Rogers to become Captain America is inherently selfish. Steve was rejected from the military due to his small stature and health issues, but then his life changes when he is invited to join the Super Soldier program, which is how he becomes Captain America. However, when removing the context, this is what I was talking about earlier at the beginning of the video. Oh, dang it, I don't have my highlighter thing working right now. Feels bad, man. This is what I was talking about, though. What kind of argument relies on you removing the context to make your point? That's so pathetic. I can't believe you guys wrote this for so many reasons. However, when removing the context of what he would become, the decision is selfish. Rather than contribute in the ways best suited to him, Steve chooses to go under experimental treatments to artificially enhance himself. Yeah, that sounds extremely terrifying, extremely risky, and extremely selfless, in my opinion. Steve's choice to become Captain America is rooted in people being obsessed with hyper-masculinity rather than an innate desire to do good for his country. This is so disingenuous, in my opinion. Are you kidding me? It has nothing to do with masculinity or not. It's not like Cap just wanted to get bigger and stronger to look big and strong for the ladies or something. He wanted to serve his country, and he was not able to enter into the military because of the way he was. So he entered this program, and guess what? Because of nature, he got bigger. His muscles got bigger. He got stronger. That's how it works. So I have no idea what they're getting at. Let's see what they continue to write here. This is a bold claim against America's golden boy, yet the context matters. Wait, the context matters? Weren't you just trying to remove the context? Steve is initially someone unfit to serve on the front lines. It is tough and hurtful, but it is the reality of the situation. If his concern was truly how he could best serve his country, he would accept his station in life and make the most of it. He could have tried becoming a merchant marine, train as an officer, or stay home and help with the production of wartime materials. All of these could contribute to the war, like Steve supposedly wants to do, but that isn't good enough. Steve, in his eyes, has to be on the front lines. Maybe he just wanted to be on the front lines. Maybe that's how he felt. You're saying if his concern was truly how he could best serve his country, but you aren't Steve. Maybe he felt that the best way he could serve his country was being on the front lines. The only thing holding him back was the physique he was born with. He couldn't help it. And when he had the opportunity to change that, he wanted to change that because to him, this was the best way for him to serve his country. Anyways, it's understandable for a young man to want to prove himself to his peers and country. Yet even if deep down his intentions are altruistic, the steps he takes to pursue those instincts are selfish. In Steve's mind, there's only one way to contribute to the war, and it just happens to be the way he wants to contribute. I mean, that's not selfish, though. That's not selfish at all. First of all, this is an opinion. You can't tell us what exactly Steve was thinking then. But if this really was what Steve was thinking, that's not selfish. That's just his line of thought for a selfless reason. And you can argue, technically, you can argue that anything in life is arguably selfish. Here's an argument where it gets really weird morals and all that. But you can say that even if you want to help someone, it comes back to you feeling good for helping them. So that's why you want to do it. I mean, they might take that spin on this. I don't know. I'm not saying I stand by that. I'm just giving you an example of a counter argument there. Skipping a portion of their report because it was just boring fluff, in my opinion. Here's something interesting. They basically start cowering away from their original point, like they were too afraid, which makes me pretty much convinced that this is rage bait at this point, because they write here, this may seem like condemnation, but it's not. After all, not everything Cap does is selfish. Then why did you title this, Steve Rogers wasn't a hero for becoming Captain America, he was selfish? You didn't say he was partially selfish. You didn't say he was a little selfish. You said he was selfish. And then near the end of the report, you start backpedaling on that a little bit, a little afraid. You're really one of those rage clicks, but then you try to, well, we weren't calling him fully selfish here at the end. My gosh, CBR, you guys are pathetic. If Cap hadn't entered the Super Soldier program, there would have been no... Okay, you get the idea. They're basically backpedaling here. We don't need to read all this. The importance of reflection, psychoanalyzing comic book character may seem trite, but there are good reasons to do so. I have a feeling you had no good reasons for doing so except trying to save CBR. Maybe that's a good reason to you, but you are, standing on Memorial Day writing some nonsense like this. Really? Was that a good choice? Was that a good reason? My opinion, no, it's not. And seems like a lot of people agree with that opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I say comic in the comments below? I don't know. Maybe I said that. They end with this: being a hero isn't a black and white issue, and seeing Cap overcome selfish impulses for the greater good is far more rewarding than watching him be a do-gooder all the time. So as you can see, they have like 2 portions near the end where they pretty much backpedal on their title and all of that. I am done with this garbage, man. What a joke. Pathetic. Unfortunately for CBR, there's a little thing called the Streisand effect. For example, take a look at this tweet. Completely unrelated tweet. It's about Legends of Tomorrow. And, oh, what's the responses here? Where's that terrible Captain tweet? Cowards. So you're saying everyone who joined up in World War II were selfish because they had a hero complex? So I think that's a great point. I can't show the rest of what they said because there's some language. That's why I have it cut off on screen here. I think that point alone is great, though. Round of applause for CBR. What a great job you guys did on Memorial Day. Wonderful job, CBR. Sure would suck for you if people shared this video, you know, Streisand effect, deleted tweet, and all of that. Wouldn't that be a thing? These are comments on their own article, which is not deleted, by the way. As of recording this part, the article is still there. Why would they delete the tweet but not delete the article unless they really only care about rage bait clicks and don't care about spitting on everyone during Memorial Day? How disgusting is that? CBR, pieces of work over there, man. Here's some comments from their own comment section. What? He couldn't not fight. That's why he kept pushing. He felt so strongly to fight for everyone else. He kept trying. You would want someone to stop trying because they don't initially succeed. Plus, he was chosen to get the serum. This is ridiculous. For real? On Memorial Day? Now imagine the violent outrage the person who wrote this would be spewing out if Captain America was female and they read the exact same article. The comrade, Captain America is evil, selfish, capitalist, da. Oh, this is like some parody joke thing. I don't feel like trying to read it with the accent and all that, though. This is one of the dumbest things I've read in a long time. Does CBR really need the hate click so bad? I think they do. I think they do. Does CBR really need the hate click so bad that they attack one of the most patriotic heroes in pop culture on Memorial Day? Interesting. I've replied to 2 comments here in a professional and polite manner, both of which were not printed. The fact that they questioned the author's motivations was probably the reason why they were not printed. I don't know what they mean by not printed. Are there comments getting deleted or something? What's going on there? What's going on there, CBR? Who wrote this? Can I have the person's Twitter account? Bunch of garbage. Sacrifice and still gets criticized? OMG. Would like to see if the writer has made any sacrifices in the past 10 years. This is their own comment section. Get wrecked. I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this segment, and a shout out to the very kind people who promoted the morning video. We got Lancaster Kid, Meshi Kari, Nikki P, The Dinosaur King, DeCapri S, Brady D, Hunter H, Brandon M, DX DKJ, Ambi-Pass Studio, Ryu Mao, Shogun, Baku Girl, Deshaun M, Mr. Anime 343, Ankh, Uchiha, We All Live in the Matrix, The Ice Cream is Just an Illusion, Raja U, and Intimidator 0108. Thank you once again, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.
Be a hero today. Be a hero.